Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Met TV Weekly Recap. I'm Brandi Rose, and we've got a lot to cover today, from politics to entertainment, sports, and even local updates. Let's dive right in. First up in this week's Weekly Rundown. We start off with last Friday when President Zelensky of Ukraine visited the White House to discuss and sign a mineral agreement with President Trump. The talks quickly devolved into the sound of raised voices. Quickly after the meeting started, Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance took a more aggressive tone with the Ukrainian president, questioning his gratefulness to the United States for its aid since the start of the war. Vance claimed that the end to the war is diplomacy, implying that Ukraine has not attempted any diplomacy. This comes shortly after Trump called Zelensky a dictator and claimed Ukraine started the war, after which he later rescinded those statements, although Trump still continues to push the claims of Ukraine as the aggressor of the conflict. After the meeting, Trump took to Truth Social, where he called Zelensky disrespectful and even said, quote, "Zelensky is not ready for peace if America is involved." Trump was also quoted saying he's gambling with World War III. Less than a day after the meeting, Zelensky proceeded to post a series of social media posts thanking Congress, the American people, and Trump for all the aid during the war. Later, Zelensky appeared on Fox News, where he showed optimism for a continued relationship with Trump and the U.S. going forward. "Your people helped save our people," Zelensky said. "We are very, very thankful." The Denver Police Department has announced to job seekers to be aware of getting a message by an unknown number asking you if you're looking for a job and asking you for money as a part of a cryptocurrency scam. Most recently, scammers have begun texting and claiming they are recruiting a job opportunity, making the applicant fill out online application and request money from the victim. This makes the scammers have access to personal information that could further impact their victims. The Denver Police Department said that anyone who encounters such a job offering and asking for sensitive information too early before they hire you, it can be a red flag if the company only communicates through text or email with no phone contact option. Yesterday, Thursday, March 6th, at the JSSB building in Kavia Theater, the President's Fireside Chat, hosted by MSU Denver President Janine Davidson, had a special guest, Chief Justice of the Colorado Supreme Court, Monica M. Marquez, who is the youngest first Latina woman serving on the Colorado Supreme Court. Has a remarkable career before even becoming a Chief Justice back in 2021. She graduated from Stanford University and obtained her law degree at Yale Law School. Justice Marquez touched on important topics such as how the Supreme Court works and her job as justice, including reviewing over 1,000 requests, sorting them, making important decisions, as well as provide guidance and having fair access to the judicial system. In the same way, Marquez mentioned the importance of diversity in the courtroom and the value of having representation to trust in the judge, the system, and confidence in the outcome of the case. On the other hand, she quickly touched base in the immigration laws and policies. Lastly, Judge Marquez left us a message for all students struggling to find their path in life.
Oh my gosh. Trust, you know what, it's going to work out. And trust that you might not have any idea where the end point is today, and that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to have it all figured out. Oh my gosh, I did not have it anywhere close to figured out. At the end, as I was graduating college, I had no idea. I just took it sort of one step at a time. I did something that I was passionate about, and the Jesuit Volunteer Corps was something I really cared deeply about. And that ended up exposing me to experiences, views of the world, new opportunities, things that I never would have imagined had I not taken the leap of faith to put myself in that courageous place. And one thing led to the next, right? And so I think some of it is about seeing an opportunity when it lands in your lap and not running away from it, even if it seems scary and even if the timing is terrible, and trusting that this feels like something I really need to go do, and you go do it. And then that leads to something else, and that leads to something else. So.
On March 2nd, we watched many Academy Awards go out to some very deserving people. Here were some of the top highlights. Best Picture was seen as a toss-up at the beginning of the night, between Conclave and Anora, but ultimately Anora took home the Oscar alongside their director Sean Baker, winning Best Director. The Oscar for Best Actress and Best Actor went to Mikey Madison in her amazing performance in Anora and Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. For Best Supporting Actress and Actor, we had Zoe Saldana in Amelia Perez and Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain. Focusing on the movies themselves, Best Adapted Screenplay was a well-deserved win for Conclave. For an original screenplay, it was a third Oscar for Anora. Many more awards were announced throughout the night that you can check out on the Oscars website. Who do you think should have won? Let us know down in the comments. The weather in Denver is never easy to predict, but recently we've been going from winter storms to spring sunshine in the span of a couple days. Here to give us the weekend forecast is Met TV weather correspondent Marina Garcia. Let's send it over to her.
Hello, MSU Denver students. This is Marina Garcia with your weekend forecast. I don't know if you can tell, but the winds are starting to roll in. Let's take a look at this evening. For Friday, the gusts are going to be up to 13 miles per hour. It is going to be around 38 degrees, so keep that in mind if you plan on stepping out. I recommend bringing a windbreaker. For Saturday, it will be the warmest, between 3 and 4. It'll be about 49 degrees. On Sunday, you can see that it's going to warm up quite a bit. It will be around a low of 27 degrees, but it will feel warmer. Thank you for joining me. This is Marina Garcia with your forecast, and I'll see you next weekend.
After 14 years as head coach of MSU women's basketball, Tanya Have is announcing her retirement. The Evergreen, Colorado native started her coaching career at MSU Denver in 2010, leading the Roadrunners to a 21-1 record in the RMAC, conference 30-3 overall, ultimately ending with the Birds winning the RMAC championship for the first time since 1998 and their first run to the NCAA Regional Championship. Since taking over in 2010, Have has won 3 Conference Coach of the Year awards, 2 RMAC regular season championships, and coached dozens of the best players in the conference and the country. She also holds the record for most wins by a head coach in program history, with a record of 252 and 179. In a farewell statement, Have said, quote, "A special thank you goes out to all the athletic directors who were great mentors to me. I am equally grateful to MSU Denver President Dr. Janine Davidson and former President Dr. Stephen Jordan for their exceptional leaderships and support for our athletics department. On behalf of all Roadrunners, we thank you, Coach Have. Best of luck in the future." Thanks for watching MedTV's Weekly Recap. That's all we have for you this week, but make sure to stay tuned for next Friday's Weekly Recap. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias. For easy access, use this QR code for our link tree. Thank you, and we will see you next week for MedTV's Weekly Recap.